this code is working perfectly in Python 3, as we saw. Let's see how it works in Python 2. Now, there is a minor problem we're going to run into with our file IO here, so we'll solve that really quickly. But let's go edit the configuration and say, hey, let's try to run this under Python 2.7.10. No module named statistics. Well, we need that, right? We're using statistics.mean. Turns out statistics was introduced later on in Python. I think it was 3.4, but somewhere around that time frame. And it's definitely not in 2.7. So what do? Do we just say, well, we got to take the mean, so forget it. You can't write this code. Or another possibility would just be say, well, we can't use the statistics module. We're going to have to just write our entire own statistics mechanism. I suppose there's some answer out on PyPI, but as a way of demonstration, let me show you how we can fix this. So that's the line where this is crashing. And if you don't know for sure, you click here, it says line 3, you click, and it'll navigate you right there. Yeah, looks like that's the line that's crashing. And that's because there is no statistics module. So what we can do, we're going to dig into this error handling later. Just roll with it here, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to say, we're going to try to run this code. And if it fails to import the statistics module, we're going to fall back to something else. So let's say try. This is this is basically the key concept of the next application. So don't worry too much about the details. But we'll say we're going to try to run this code. And if there's some kind of error, I'd rather run error code instead. Okay. So either we're going to successfully import this, or we're going to have to do something else. So let's add another file here. I'll call this statistics stand-in for Python 2. Okay. Name it whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Let me just capture the name really quick here. We're going to come over here and we're going to say, if there's an error, we're going to instead import that. Now, this isn't going to work so well because we're going to still try to use this name below, and this is going to be here, right? So what we can do is we can say as this. So basically, here's the real module name, but forget it, rename it to that. And as long as it has a mean method that takes data, and let's just say return 0 for a minute, things will run. So remember, we were running on Python 2.7. First of all, let's go run it back on Python 3. Works, right? Here's our mean method. Now this is going to return 0. We're going to put real numbers there in a minute, but let's just see that it doesn't crash. In the same place, there's going to be another crash we'll deal with. Hold on. Look, no errors. There's this problem with encoding, and it turns out that this, do like so, turns out that that doesn't work in Python 2.7 exactly in that manner, so we'll drop it. But now, watch this. It used our method when it wasn't available from the system, right? And that's in the case that it happens to be 2.7. It could actually be Python 3, but Python 3.1, which preceded the sort of creation of that module. So I guess it's up to us to go write some kind of a mean method. So we'll have total equals 0. We'll have count equals 0. Now we could do len of data, but if it's a generator, it's better if we just do it this way. For x in data, count plus equals 1, total plus equals x. And now we want to return total divided by count. Unless that's 0, then that's going to be a problem. So then we could say max of 1 and count. So that way if count is 0, we won't get a divide by 0 error, but otherwise we'll use max. Let's run it and see if we get some decent numbers here. Look at that. In Python 2, we have exactly the same answers. All right, go here. That's Python 2. Go back to Python 3. Notice 234, 165, 234, 165, same numbers. So how do we do that? Besides ignoring the encoding, we said, look, we'll try to use statistics. If for whatever reason it's not available, then we're going to fall back and use our own probably less performant, maybe bug-ridden implementation, but at least we have something to fall back to, and we named it this, but for the purpose of this file, we sort of replaced the same name here as statistics. There's a lot to know about writing code that runs on Python 3 and Python 2. Here's just one example. Hopefully you find this useful.